I was gonna come into this show. I had it written down on my phone. I was gonna tell my 18th birthday story, and the premise of it was why I celebrate birthdays. If people know me, I'm always like, you got to do something. It's if you're gonna celebrate Halloween, if you're gonna celebrate Christmas, if you're gonna celebrate Kwanzaa, if you're gonna celebrate this, how you not gonna celebrate the day you came to Earth? And I'm going to talk about that. But it actually, unfortunately, ties into what we woke up to this morning, right? Um, rest in peace, Takeoff. And I say that not in a disrespectful way, but I've been doing the I've been doing podcasts technically since 2018, and you have your natural deaths, people that die of old age, but it after a while, it's like, were we doing it when an XX? You got XX, you got Pop Smoke, you got P&B recently, now you got Takeoff, you got, I mean, so many, right? Um, yeah, news reports are saying that it was over a dice game. We don't know. I don't know. Someone knows. Truth will come out. Um, what was the guy's name? Wallow Gilly. He's a rapper in the hip hop community, or they do the podcast now. $50 million worth of game podcast, great podcast. But he went on a rant basically, because we're in this age now, and it sucks because he doesn't. I'm not gonna speak for him, but he doesn't realize that the same thing that he's thriving off of is what he's complaining about. He's complaining about the fact that when deaths happen, if people are there, the videos are circulating. Dead body, they're laying lifeless. I avoid these videos purposely. I didn't before, but it's been so many since. Like between that and the unarmed killings when they're showing men, I don't want that in my memory. But people are so quick to show the video who was there and post it and get the likes and get the TMZ and unfortunately, that's the bad side of being a content creator, because that is our currency. Clicks, likes, views, mentions, impressions. That is how you grow a channel. That is how you make money. That is how you feed your family, in a sense, right? But, the negative side is you have these people who were there and they've been trained to look at everything. We've been trained to look at everything as a piece of content. I laugh all the time on TikTok how many people use their kids for content, whether it's scaring them. The one TikTok one where they were lying to their kids and they're about to fight, and that kid down, or like people are judging kids like, that kid's ready to fight, or pranking them or putting them in a room with a ghost filter, like, and we all laugh and I get it, there is a coddling society, it's a sensitive society, but I'm like, dang, like that's kind of crazy. Your brain go, let me use this kid as a pawn to elevate myself. And it's the same thing. So that's what I was saying. We've all been trained to look at everything and see how we can make content about it, because people get rewarded for the most randomest shit ever, right? Most of the time, the story goes, I had no idea this was going to go. I just posted this. Next thing you know, I woke up with all these notifications. Let me explain. I had no idea. Next thing you know, they have booking in their email and contact this agency. And for some, life changes for them. It takes off. They continue it. But we've seen enough of those stories to be like, if I'm at the right place at the right time, I can change my life. So those people who are there when rappers get shot and killed and they got the raw footage, I think, I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name. Young Dolph. There was video of that. It was just like, people want the clicks and the likes, and they want the interviews, and they want to say they was there, and they want to tell their story, and it's something weird about that. But we keep it keeps coming back to, we got to start loving ourselves, right? We got to start, we're talking about we want this and that from other people, but we don't give it to ourselves, right? Those are always the things brought up when our culture is speaking on equality and police brutality and things of this nature. And while when people, the black on black crime thing, that's bullcrap. Just want you to know that. Black on black crime is bullcrap. If you don't know that, now you know. Because there is an Asian on crime. There isn't a word for white on crime. Even though that happens, I tell people all the time, go on Netflix, go on Hulu, go on all those streaming services and see how many seasons of shows are about white males killing their kids or killing their wives or meeting people online or killing white women or not saying white, but I'm just saying, like, there's no word for that though. You just got to understand that. That's all we're saying. We're not saying black people don't kill black people, but when you put a word and when you put a rally cry around it, all of a sudden it makes it looks like we're the only ones. Meanwhile, when others do it, it becomes shows. Jeffrey Dahmer, right? You get Netflix docs, people doing costumes, so it's profitable. It's a worldwide frenzy on one side, and it's an issue for the other side. But nevertheless, I will say though, and I forgot who I was talking to, the music industry is the streets now. And I think that's where people are getting confused about what's going on. What we're seeing from our rappers, and this has nothing to do with Takeoff. Like I say, this is a dice game, this isn't game related, but there are some rappers that was game related, or they are in game. We don't know, right? I don't even speak on it because I don't know any of the truth of why, when, where, why, how. But overall, the industry is the streets. It's not a coincidence that every new rapper that comes up has street ties that's blowing up. But it makes sense, right? Like, if I'm from the streets and I made it, and you from the streets and you rap, signing my label. I'm introducing you to somebody. They're just taking care of their own. But when you have the no snitching, when you have all this aggression in the community, it's because it's the streets. And just like they say, sex sells and murder sells, drug sells, it sells. So the allure of being from the streets, the allure of going online, and the allure of rapping about you knock somebody's head off, or you did this, or you sold this, or you killed that, or blah, 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 right? That sells, unfortunately. And that sells to the world. Right? That same mindset goes into action movies. That same mindset goes into, pornography and stuff. Like, it's not just our community that's pushing it, but it's just our community that is suffering from it, right? Because, whether it happens or not, you don't hear country artists online or beefing to the magnitude of murder or killing. Again, this has nothing to do with Takeoff. I'm speaking... All I could say about Takeoff is rest in peace. That's what any podcaster should be saying that wasn't there, that doesn't know the situation. Now, you're going to hear a lot of podcasts that are going to read articles and run with it. I don't need to. Just rest in peace. Very unfortunate. I'm just sending the condolences out to the families. Now I'm speaking on the industry because it is a problem. PNB Rock recently, like, everybody's getting killed for chains, money, this, that, you push me, you shove me, you said something, dice game, whatever the case. It's aggression on our own people, which is the issue. So, let's see, I was saying, streets flooded the game. Oh, so so sex, drug sales and all that. So the only way, people say, what do we got to do? Like, we got to stop. So, you know what you do? And this is the truth. But it takes action. You know what you do? You stop supporting it. You stop signing it. You stop co-signing it. All the aggression. But what does that mean, right? Now you're taking food off people's plates. Now you're leaving people in the streets. Now you're not, because even though the streets is in the industry, the flip side is they create businesses. They take care of families. They employ a lot of people. They do a lot of good. Right? But at the end of the day, it don't matter if they ain't here no more. And clearly, the lines are being blurred on what's industry, what's street. Like, rappers have to check in and all that. Like, that's street shit. Rapping is an occupation. So that's a job. Since when does your job dictates what you do in real life? Unless you're blurring streets in the industry. So that's what we would have to do. Is I understand, you know, all the music, the rappers always say, I'm just telling my truth. I'm telling where I came from. I'm speaking for those that come from where I come from. And that's, you know, that's all I know, which is fair, right? And then they say, you know, like movies, they do it, blah, blah, blah. They, you know, they shoot, they do gangs and everybody know. But the difference is people know it's a movie, right? When you go to a movie theater, you see designs and you leave knowing that it's a movie. That's how you leave. Rap is blurred. People believe it. Some people think it. You push it. And, you know, some are guilty of running with narratives, even though they're not true. If the OGs in the game, the dudes, you know, the Jeezys, the ones that from that area, Gucci and all that, I think Gucci came out with a song talking about stop dissing the dead. So he's doing something about it. It's just really like, hey, bring them off the streets. But y'all corporate now. Y'all have been to labels. Y'all had deals. Y'all been on tour. Y'all have done commercials. Y'all have done brand deals. Hey, sign this deal. Soon as you sign, if you sign this deal, you are done with the streets. That's what you give them. And if I find out you're still dealing with it or whatever, this deal is null and void. So I feel like that's a happy compromise. You can still help people from your community, help people from the slums, from the dirt, get them out. They talented, but let them know, cut that shit off and not cut your friends off. Change the mindset. Like, hey, you got somebody that could do this. You know somebody do that. Tell them to leave it alone. Bring them. Anybody that wants to leave the streets alone, bring them. We sign them. We put him to work. He could draw. He could be a graphic designer. He's good at talking. He could be a promo. He could be a manager. But put them in positions. And I'm just saying that, you know, to the ones that are in positions to do it. When I get in position to do it, I'll show by action. I usually like to just show by action, but you know, it is what it is. But other than that, as long as we allow shit to happen and say, well, you know, he feeding his family. As long as you're putting money over value, money over morals, money over everything else, then there's nothing that's gonna happen. I'll tell you that straight up. More rappers will die, whether it's this or that. It's the aggression. Well, I forgot that one young rapper that was like chasing the car in Texas and gun. Like, that's crazy, bro. And then again, that, you know, that could be, we don't know. We don't know anything. But you bringing it all in is making it a very aggressive industry where you can't go anywhere or do anything. Like all those people recording, I wonder if it's hit them yet. Like that could have been you. You could have been shot. You're happy to get the video. You could have been shot. They could have shot everybody up. Well, at least ain't got no names. So, yeah, man. Rest in peace to Takeoff. Man. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. But to the birthday thing, as I started, which is why I said this tied into it, because like one of the main reasons why I celebrate my birthday is because you're not promised tomorrow, right? You're not promised tomorrow. He was 28 years old. Very young. Very young. Very young. You're not promised tomorrow. So I was coming in saying, so the story is my 18th birthday, right? I never forget it. My 18th birthday was the first day of college, and I was alone. Not alone, like I think just alone based on, it was on a Monday, first day of college. People had to work. But at that point, the way I was living, there was really nobody there. And like I grew up seeing people turn 18. It was like, yo, you can go to the club, yo, it's big house parties, big this, people dressing up. So to see that, and then to get to my 18th birthday, and I'm going to college for the first time, riding 2 or 3 buses to get there. Southwest Tennessee Community College was good, or Southwest Tennessee Community. That's how they say it, but that's how we say it. But I remember spending that alone. I vividly remember that. And I remember laughing to myself like, damn, bro. Like, and I've had these moments a lot. Like when my dad passed when I was 19, my grandma passed 6 months before that. These are 2 people. I don't know if I told the story of my grandma before, but like that was like raised me grandma type of grandma, not like no relationship. So that happened in 6 months before I turned 20 years old. And this moment, I remember laughing like, damn, bro, like you kind of in a position like where people would be, depressed or sad. Like, this is kind of sad. Like, I've been in positions where I look like, damn, this is kind of sad. Not saying I'm like tough or whatever, but it didn't hit me like, oh man, it was just like, yo, this is some sad shit. Like thinking about it. But since, after that, I always say like, bro, if I'm ever in position to do something for my birthday, I'm doing it, bro. And like, I've probably been to Vegas 4 or 5 times. I've gone to, I've done Joshua Tree, Palm Springs. I'm doing a dinner. I'm doing a trip. I'm doing something. I treat my birthday the way y'all treat weekends and PTO and holidays. And to me, I think that's just a mental thing. Like, I'm valuing myself at an all-time high over anything. I don't care about Christmas or Thanksgiving when it comes to my birthday. Meaning, that takes priority. I'm planning that. And it don't have to be anything grand. I think that's where people mentally mess up at. If they can't do it like the artists they follow, if they can't have a big red carpet or a mansion, then what's the point? It's like, no. If you're in that position to do it, then go ahead. But even if it's something, it's like for me, like before I had money, I was making $8-9 an hour. Go get a slice of pizza or some Subway, go to the beach and watch the sunset. Like something you're doing specifically for your day to say, hey man, another year around the sun. Reflect. These days I reflect on like how I did that 365 and how I want to do this next 365 and what I want to be telling myself on the next birthday. Like, damn, remember you was and now you remember you was hoping for and praying for this and now you get like I look at that like elevation in a sense. But mentally I think it comes down to just celebrating yourself at the end of the day. I don't think people do that enough. And I think a lot of people don't do it for the wrong reasons. And that's the comparisons reason. I think a lot of people are like, if I can't do it this big or this huge, then it's not worth it. But at the end of the day, even if you buy yourself a bag of chips or you go buy a t-shirt, just do something for yourself. You got to love yourself first before you go out there and try to ask anybody else to love you or make you feel. You got to be able to feel good with yourself. You got to be able to be good alone. You got to be able to be good in your thoughts. That's the shit you got to work on before you go out there and try to pair up or do anything else. And I think one of the easiest practices is celebrating your birthday, man. Like in your head, get it ready. Like, yo, big day. Go buy something. Go get a suit. Dress up and go to fucking Olive Garden. Gives a shit. Who cares where you go? Just when people see you out or people like, dang, why you going all out? Yeah, it's my birthday. It's the day I was born. Because you're not promised tomorrow. I don't even think I introed it, but yeah, welcome back to the episode. And we're going to end this episode. WhoGotTheAux.com. Full episodes. WhoGotTheAux Media on YouTube. But I'm waiting though, because YouTube to introduce something is called handles. It's basically like a username. So it might end up being WhoGotTheAux on YouTube. I'll keep y'all posted. WhoGotTheAux, one word, on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I'm back posting on Facebook. I just linked it with the Instagram. And yeah, subscribe, follow, do whatever you want, share. Content from all different angles are coming daily. And yeah, man, rest in peace, Takeoff. And hug your loved ones. Tell them you love them. If you got any beef, try to dead it. Life is short. You never know. Things could happen in an instant. I'll see y'all at the next episode. Be out.